Hello. Beep, 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 beep. Morning all. How are we? Sat here with me coffee. Mm. What have we got for you today? Well, we've got a piece from conservativewomen.co.uk that I think you may well find interesting. Now, before that starts, subscribe, like, share, do the usual. Buy me a coffee if you can to help out. If not, come be a warrior teacher starting in October. I keep saying this, but that's because I need to get the people on board. Be great to see you. There's loads going on, and the more people that get involved in the fight, the better. So this is from Conservative Women, and it says, when a tweet rates worse than a rape, the strangulation of free speech. Interesting. Since 2021, the Index on Censorship has ranked Britain as partially open, which is the third tier on this particular index. There are links to that if you want to go and explore, and also a link to the article as used downstairs. Britain ranks 20th for press freedom, worse than Trinidad and Tobago. Unbelievable. Just released, the US State Department concludes that in 2024, Britain's human rights worsened, and the British government is partial in protecting rights and freedoms. Significant human rights issues, including credible reports of serious restrictions on freedom of expression, including enforcement of or threat of criminal or civil laws in order to limit expression, and crimes, violence, or threats of violence motivated by anti-Semitism. The government sometimes took credible steps to identify and punish officials who committed human rights abuses, but prosecution and punishment for such abuses was inconsistent. That's from the US State Department there saying that. There are three main categorical freedoms being routinely violated in Britain. In US constitutional law, they are known as speech, assembly, and press. British authorities, says Conservative Woman, need a reminder. Let's fully understand how this started. Here we go. Bit of history, folks. This is very important. So we're trying to get to the base of this, what got us here in the first place. More than 25 years ago, in 1999, the Macpherson inquiry into the 1993 murder of Stephen Lawrence recommended that police should record hateful incidents as a matter of intelligence, even if the incidents were not criminal. Oh my, that looks like ground zero, doesn't it? Quangos, led by the College of Policing, encouraged police forces to record non-crime hate incidents, NCHIs. Police took it upon themselves to visit the supposed haters to correct your thinking, to intimidate them with warnings of escalation, and even to strong-arm them into taking thought correction classes with police, at cost. The 2006 Racial and Religious Hatred Act criminalises hatred of protected characteristics. It was once sold as a protection against violence, but was soon wielded to criminalise speech. Police make more than 30 arrests a day, more than 10,000 per year for online speech. Get your head around that. 10,000 per year. And record 66 non-crime hate incidents per day. It's the time that gets me. So that's 90, 60, 70, 80, 96 incidents a day, all of which must take at least a couple of hours, let alone the manpower writing it up. It's just... Despite several administrations claiming to review and restrict the definitions of hate speech and NCHIs, the definitions remain too vague to prevent police from repressing speech they don't like. In 2024, the Free Speech Union submitted freedom of information requests to all 43 police forces in England and Wales to see if recording went down since a new code of practice of June 2023. But the number has actually increased. This year, the current government sneakily signalled its appreciation of NCHIs in response to a petition to abolish them. The latest statute aimed at free speech came into force on July the 25th, the Online Safety Act. The bill was marketed as a necessary legislation to protect minors from harmful materials such as pornography, self-harm, forums, and bullying towards suicide. Like the Hatred Act, the Online Safety Act is being used to suppress politically inconvenient content. British public authorities and social media are suppressing speech and the press selectively with political, religious, and ethnic prejudice. Let's start with the political prejudice. Last year, the journalist Alison Pearson was interviewed by police for criticism of the Prime Minister. Kent police arrested a former police officer for a sarcastic tweet in response to an anti-Semitic group, rifled through his home without a warrant, and commented on his conservative books. In 2024, a prosecutor brought to court a traumatised army veteran for Facebook posts describing the summer protests and counter-protests as a civil war that could end in bullets. The prosecutor asked Judge Tracy Lloyd Clark to take into account the accused attendance at a right-wing rally. She agreed and sentenced him to 2 years in prison. This was 3 months after she spared a child rapist when the public defender asked her to take into account prison overcrowding. Courts are choosing ridiculously punitive sentences for political speech, including 30 months for Lucy Connelly's anti-immigration tweet. Lucy's just been released, as you know. Expect to see a lot more of her. I suggest she's going to be a thorn in Starmer's side. She quickly deleted the tweet, was seen by few people, and did not incite any crime. Courts now routinely issue longer prison sentences for a tweet than a rape. You know what amazes me the most about all this? This unbelievable state interference by hard left lunatics, which is what we've got in power, is the number of people that are orientated towards voting for them, orientated towards supporting them, even though we now know what they are. And it's freely available to understand the history of these people for the last 150 years. That's what gets me. I can't find a way around that in my mind. It's just, I mean, intelligent people kowtow into this absolute utter nonsense. But that's just me. You go have a look. Let me know what you think in the comments as usual. I'll see you later.